Welcome to episode 156 of the Eavesdrop podcast. Today we are sitting with the future coach of OpTic Texas. I'm kidding. Still to be decided, still having conversations around it. You want to start there? You want to start there, or you want to leave that? Let's talk about other stuff. Let's talk about the important stuff in life.
Mm-hmm.
Becoming a parent for the second time. Congratulations. Boy or girl?
Girl.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you listen. As for a long time, as a young adult male, I wanted a son.
Yeah.
I wanted somebody. I wanted a mirror of me with I don't know. I more. What I realized being 43 years old and a parent is that we often want to live vicariously through our children, and although Liv obviously best thing that's ever happened, and although her childhood as a female would have been different as a male, I do sometimes wonder how I would have been with a son. And Jude always tells me that the reason that we didn't have a son is because that kid would have had a really tough upbringing. Me as their dad, and I can't say that's a lie. I can't say that I disagree with her, because I am very forward and very tough on the things I love.
Yeah.
And what do you love more than the kid? So I know that that kid would not have had I would have tried my best, don't get me wrong. I would have put him in sports. I would have done all the fun things he would have wanted, but I would have been so tough on him. Tougher than I am on my daughter.
Yeah.
And that's not sexism. I don't know what is.
Oh, dude.
I mean, I'm serious. I would have treated him like shit, just so toughen him up, first of all. I believe that this is a tough world that people need to have tough skin for. So I would have prepared them for it. And it's talk to any dad with both boys and girls, and tell me who they treat better. Period. And
yeah,
so it's a thing. Matt, can you give me a pair of scissors or a knife, please? Anyway, go on.
I was gonna say, I never really thought about that, and yeah, like I don't know how it would have been with a boy. I think Holly kind of wanted a boy, but.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was just comfortable, like, having another girl. Bella wanted a sister, which is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you nervous about it?
Not nearly as much as I was the first time. No. Hell no.
Nah?
Nah. Pretty excited, so.
Bother me. That's good. I mean, we've talked about having another one. Jude wants to adopt. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I also feel like, because of how tough the pregnancy was, or the delivery, the delivery was on Jude. Jude almost dying. I'm not, I can't. I don't want to risk that. Nah, hell no. I would be fucking heartbroken and lost. Who's gonna take care of me? I'm a fucking baby.
Oh yeah, imagine me.
I'm the kid at that house.
Yeah.
Not Liv. I am.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's good. I'm happy for y'all. I know Holly's psyched about it. I just saw her recently. So it's good, man. Cheers to life. If we had bottles of water. Sorry, Matt. Do you mind, man? I'm so sorry. I usually bring them, but what's up? What's been life like, man? What have you been up to?
Nothing. I've just been streaming. I need to stream. I'm not really doing anything else, and I mean, it's been going well, but the problem is like when a game goes away. Like the most I've streamed in the last probably like 2 years was when XDefiant was out. And it was probably.
What do you mean when a game goes away?
Like XDefiant, I can't even play it now. It was only a beta. But I streamed for like 220 hours that month. Like that's the most I've done in a long time. Like a long time.
Did you ever play Battalion 1944?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
We played. Yeah, it was fun. It was hard. It was a hard game, like especially if you play like at a high level.
Yeah.
But everything about it felt good.
Yeah.
Like the movement, the one-shot snipes.
Why do you think it died, in your opinion?
I'm trying to think. I don't really know.
You want me to tell you what I think?
Why?
I think it's the World War II aspect of it.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah. Nowadays, especially, you can't go back to that.
No.
Like I love Battlefield. I mean, I play everything. Battlefield, the last 2 games prior to this one were like World War I, World War II. They were good, but like nobody wants to see that.
Not
Like
anymore.
straight up, like it's 2023. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see M1 Grand.
Yeah.
None of that. But I do think that plays a big factor. Because imagine that was modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that if there was a little, and look, I come from Call of Duty 2. I understand it. I love it. I understand why it was good, and I think it was a mix of reminiscence of those good old days in PC and in Call of Duty history, but with a modern approach, filling in a gap that Call of Duty has left behind. Obviously, was like a major part of it. But I do believe that if it was a little bit more modernized, if keep everything the same, keep the M1 Garand the way that it is, but reskin it into something else. Make up a fucking weapon.
Yeah, you can make some shit up.
Make it up, but just have the same mechanics and same coding for all these weapons. Have the sniper be what the sniper was. Leave the scopes as they are, but make the gun look a little bit better.
It honestly, like, if it looked modern, you could almost like say it was like a modern COD 4 Pro mod.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And it was good.
So good.
Yeah.
A person that doesn't play PC played that shit for 2 months straight every single day.
Yeah,
and the reason that I stopped playing it was because the OpTic thing started to happen with Infinite. But I was fucking lost in the sauce.
Well, the crazy thing, I think, is when we all started playing it, that was like kind of near the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like, because it was, I'm pretty sure it was pretty good for a while.
The reason I asked that is because I want you to tell me, I want you to apply that same mentality to Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what do you think is happening with this thing? Because it can't just be about the code. It can't be about, you know, the glitches or the gaming of the game.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? What do you think is happening in Call of Duty?
Dude, at one point, I mean, in light of recent events, you know, I mean, Joe Woe, he's my guy. We saw him talk about like CDL ruined Warzone. Well, you know, at one point I thought it was the complete reverse.
That Warzone ruined Call of Duty?
Warzone, like the base of Warzone, all the attachments, everything in Warzone had to be done to multiplayer, which changed it all. At this point though, I don't even know. I don't even know what to blame. Like, I don't know what the reason is for really anything. I don't know. And you know, maybe the problem is like we're not casuals. So like it's hard to look at it from that perspective. Like, what do they see that's so great that like this is probably the most played Call of Duty ever?
Mm-hmm.
But like we just don't see it like that.
I think it's a combination of things, in my opinion. I think it's the youth, obviously experiencing something that is Call of Duty. And even though Call of Duty isn't what it was 10 years ago, Call of Duty is still Call of Duty. It plays almost the same way. There's obviously added value to the modern aspect of it.
Oh yeah, that for sure.
The Warzone aspect of it. I think the more that people, I don't know. I just think that because we lived in the golden age of Call of Duty during Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, and then Black Ops 1. You know what I'm saying? Like it like because we were spoiled in that sense, because it wasn't as big as it is today. YouTube wasn't as big as it is today. Social media wasn't as prominent as it is today. I think
Nothing was.
Yeah, I think that the level of inclusive small club that we had, that we were a part of, made it a thing. And when we opened up the floodgates, there were so many more people that came from different games that wanted some of their favorite things of that game iterated into this game. I think it has a lot to do with it. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the fact that Warzone may have killed or may have hurt Call of Duty. Maybe Blackout was great, I think. I think I didn't. What was out during Blackout? What was the multiplayer during Blackout?
Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4. I didn't play Black Ops 4 as much as I played Black Ops 3. Period. Okay. Because I was playing Blackout. I was playing Warzone, and I loved it. I'm a big free-for-all guy, so obviously this was a little bit better. I think that the bigger the map gets without increasing the player base is also a bad move, because I haven't played Warzone. I go out of my way to not play Warzone because I hate traveling miles on end to find a fight.
Yeah, definitely can be like that. I mean,
get in a vehicle, sure. Get in a helicopter, sure.
Yeah,
but it's not my thing. Um, what did Joe Will say about CDL killing Warzone? Why?
There was just a lot of different reasons. I mean, some were valid.
Like
Like
what?
I'm not gonna lie, I can't totally remember.
Yeah.
Like examples like World Series of Warzone.
Yep.
The orgs get 12 spots that could be going to actual Warzone players.
Mm-hmm.
But almost all, like he has a point, but then most of the CDL teams have like assigned Warzone player and a Warzone, like 2 other Warzone players on it,
Yeah.
right? So like it's valid, but it's kind of invalid since most of the teams have a Warzone player.
Yeah.
Some of the other reasons I honestly don't remember, but there was a big spiel about it. Like people were kind of freaking out because it was kind of dumb. I
Yeah.
love Joe, but some of it was kind of dumb. But hey, I might have been saying the same shit when 2019 came out and we were playing Modern Warfare. Like I said, I don't know. I I don't know. I don't want to go too deep into it because like it'll just be me hating
Well, I don't think
certain
it's hating.
things.
I mean, I think we want to hear your opinion. Why your opinion? Obviously you've been playing for a very long time, so it is important that we get your take on it. I mean,
Yeah.
and also in this day and age, anybody here, has an opinion on something.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, even the dumb fucks have an opinion and they believe that their shit fucking matters, and it should.
I mean, I think well then like here's my opinion and I'm going to keep it simple. Like it literally starts at Infinity Ward. I don't think there's anything else to say.
Okay.
It just starts there. I mean, I genuinely don't know what they're doing. And I saw a post the other day from Modern Warzone and it was pretty good. I think it might have been last night. It was like it's clear that one studio is like trying to make the right choices and one studio is like they're just like totally against it all. Cuz it's so weird like the rank came out yesterday and they honestly like it got me back on the game. I'm not going to lie. Like I don't really care to play Warzone. I played it a lot at 1st,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really care now. And it got me back on the game. There are some good changes that are like, wow, this probably should have been here because it was in Warzone 1. It
What was
probably
it?
shit, I don't even know, just simple things like
The speed of the smoke?
the speed of the smoke.
Did it change?
Smoke.
The gas. Sorry.
Oh, did it change? I don't know cuz like this is the first time I play the game in like 6 months.
Okay.
Um but like for example these I don't even know what they're called, deployable. You fly up in the air and they shoot you out.
Okay.
Um those were like super slow. Like you literally went up and it was like
Yeah.
like limpy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I guess with this new update, like you go up and they like slingshot you.
On the balloons, you mean?
Yeah, the
Okay,
balloon.
the
They're like
balloons.
but it's like a drone with like a wire now.
Oh, gotcha. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
so I mean I don't know how it was before because I didn't play.
I thought
But
it was
like
pretty
just
fast.
I don't know. From when I was playing with everyone yesterday, they were like, dude, it's like crazy now.
Okay.
Like how it should be. Um but then now they have the deployable buy stations, like all those things that they added into the first Warzone that I mean they just help. Like they make it easier. Like some games, the zone closes, you even if it's a big zone, like there's no buy stations. Now you have options. And there are obviously problems with the El Mazra version where I mean some zones like dude, you might have like one buy station left with like 60 people left in the game. So now, having this, like just simple things they've changed. Um I still think like the core movement speed or something has to be like changed to like playing this game. Because when I was on X Defiant, like I said, most I've played a game in fucking the last year probably. And dude, sliding around, the movement was so clean. I got on Warzone, dude, and I was trying to
Mm.
slide cancel. I'm like, oh shit, I can't even do that. Do I like slide canceling? No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I go back and watch for Dansk, the people were like sliding around, like it looked crazy. It was fun to kill people like that, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I think it was like kind of way overboard.
Yeah.
But I don't know, there's definitely just something missing in between, and I don't think they're gonna change that. Like I wish it was sped up just a little bit so I could feel something. And it's kind of the same problem I have with multiplayer, to be honest, in this game. Um, like where do you ever see clips from this game or clips from Warzone and you're just like, wow? Like you could even look at Warzone 1 and compare it to this. Or even like shit, I could look at Vanguard multiplayer. There's nothing that wows me. Like there's no finesse with how slow it is. Like I mean, you'll see like a Shotzzy like crazy playing like a public match. I mean, then he'll do it sometimes in fucking comp, but it's just like there's like nothing. I swear there's nothing. I could go stream rank play all day and like, dude, you're not gonna see a crazy clip from me like at all. I don't know. There's just like missing like some wow factor, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The casual side gets it, but I just don't see it.
Yeah. No, it's an ongoing thing because no one's right.
Yeah.
No one's right.
Yeah.
No one's right. We're not right. They're not right. And no one's willing to meet in the middle, so no one's ever gonna be right.
Yeah. And like I guess this all started when I was like, oh well, what do you think the problem is? And I think like it's something with IW. I mean, going back to that, even in the past, I don't know the people at IW straight up. Like I haven't been to that studio since Ghost. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the vision is for people there, and that's one thing we don't know. Like maybe some people know, but I know the only people I've really ever been close with were some of the Treyarch people, and their vision. I mean, I always just liked it. Got a little piece of it, and it seemed like it was in a good direction for everybody. And I don't know, but yeah, it just seems like back to what the tweet I was talking about is like they made it sound like IW doesn't want a lot of things. Raven Software, I think, I could be completely wrong, are like helping with Warzone, and I don't know. I think that's where the issue is. Like I said, I don't know who works there. I don't know what their vision is. Their vision is clearly working for the casual community, which I mean, I'm sure that is probably their number one priority. So kudos to them. But at the end of the day, I am excited for a Treyarch game because I always have faith in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
You know what's great? I haven't talked to David Vonderhaar in close to a year and a half, and I don't. Is he still there?
I don't even know. Last time I saw him. Oh, when was the last Treyarch game? It wasn't Cold War, was it? Or
Cold War was Treyarch.
Cold War?
100%.
Dude, last time I saw him then was me and Holly went to E3 and we hit him up. We saw him at E3 for a bit. But that was Black Ops 4. Fuck, I don't know how long
So Black Ops
that
4. What was it, Matt? What was the last Treyarch game? As you're looking up in there, the reason I say this is because we have this faith in Treyarch, but the only faith that we have is because of Vonderhaar and a couple of people that work there too. But I don't know who's there anymore.
Shit, I don't think Tony's there anymore.
Yeah,
he's not there, right?
I don't know.
I think he stopped this year. The only other guy, Vaughn and Matt KS. Well, other people that I can't remember the names right now, but yeah, I don't know. Like it's been a long ass time, right? So like shit, we're coming up on like
yeah. So Cold War was okay, good. Yeah, we were right.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows who's at any studio nowadays? Like a lot's changed.
Yeah.
And that's definitely gonna have an impact on a lot of things.
Yeah. What do you think the future of the CDL is? Obviously, most famously recently in an owner's call to their shareholders, the CDL said our collaborative arrangements for our professional esports leagues, i.e. the Overwatch League and the Call of Duty League, continue to face headwinds which are negatively impacting the operations and potentially the longevity of the leagues under the current business model. We continue to work to address these challenges, which could result in significant costs. So what they're saying there is they're telling their investors to say, hey, something is going to have to happen and we are going to spend money in making that thing happen, right? Because when they say significant costs, they're talking about how much they're going to have to spend into doing something, whatever that is.
Okay.
We have an owners meeting during Champs, during Champs in Vegas. So as of right now, we don't know what's coming down the pipeline.
Oh, from them.
From them. All right. So significant and such efforts may prove unsuccessful. So even though, wait,
so like, cause I'm like a dummy when it comes to business. So like, they're the investors in Activision.
So like if you have shares in Activision.
Yeah. So like the big guys, they're gonna tell them that like, hey, you might lose money because we're gonna try doing something because something has to change, basically.
Well, I don't know about losing money. So let's say
whatever they worded.
You have a you have a stockbroker. The
Yeah.
stockbroker buys $10,000 worth of shares from there.
Yeah.
Matt has $10,000 worth of shares. So they're talking to us, letting us know, it's like, hey, the business that you're invested in might have to spend additional money in rectifying some of the things. So they're just giving you a heads up because they legally have to say that. That's what happens with public companies. If you allow people to know the ins and outs of your business, because you have to be fiscally responsible, and also be transparent with your shareholders. And because it's public, whether you have shares or not, you get to hear this information clearly, as you guys can see.
I
mean,
I was surprised about that. Like, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact, I don't want to, the fact that this is told to them, it's crazy to me, because, well, one, I'm glad that they're telling you, but the fact that we have conversations with them, and when I say we, I mean people that represent OpTic have conversations. As I continue to say, I haven't been to any board meetings or calls. I don't think we have any owners calls in a while. I don't get those invites anymore, so that means that they're not having them anymore. Before, during the Huntsman, we had them on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I feel like you guys were doing a lot.
Yeah, we had those on a weekly basis. So I don't know. I mean, I think when they say that, not only is it gonna not only may it prove unsuccessful, but it's gonna result in significant. It's not just costs. It's not just some costs. It's significant. So
significant.
I'm wondering what sort of approach they're gonna take to this thing. I don't know what sort of costs or investment from their point. Because a cost can be an investment, right? Like if they're trying to fix this thing, it could be proven as an investment.
That couldn't be like something as simple as them like staying with Twitch and not taking a YouTube like contract or something.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. It's
I don't know how it works, but like at least like for a dummy like me looking in at it, like, I mean, that would be like my first thought.
Yeah,
it's like, that someone's gonna give a bag, and it might come at significant losses, so I don't know if that's significant to them, and it might not work.
I think
I don't know. I mean, I'm reaching, but like, and I also don't know anything. So that's the only thing I can think of. I'm sure there's probably another thing that it's about.
What do you think went wrong in this? Because the thought of it
wrong and
in the CDL, in the franchise model, in the way that it's done. I mean, obviously, everyone from the beginning, or at least I from the beginning, screamed that the city-based model doesn't work, right? OpTic, and I was just speaking for myself and for the internet, right? Call of Duty is global, right? Anyway. So that aside, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, but there were so many teams during the MLG days. And I'm not looking at this through rose-colored glasses. I think that because we lived it, I think we have a different insight into it. But there's something to be said about the traveling circus that was Call of Duty, and the ability for us to throw an event anywhere.
Literally
anywhere. But also keeping the mainstays, right? Throwing the Hilton Anaheim was a staple in Call of Duty. That was a stop. Orlando was a stop. Texas was a stop. Those were, and then everything else sort of got filled in here and there. So for me, like I like those. I think that the amount of money that was being made back then was awesome. I think the amount of money that they were asking for, right, in doing something like this. I think about it, right? Like we as OpTic had to go out and get a partner. To do that
as the biggest team in Call of Duty.
Well, think about that, right? Like so for people from the beginning, right? And this started in Overwatch 2. When my investors asked me, when we were doing the Infinite deal, what I thought about Overwatch, I said, absolutely not. Let's not fucking throw $20 million at that thing. It's an unproven esport. The viewership's going to be there, but will it work within this framework is the other thing. The other thing that was tough is the amount of pressure, financial pressure, that they put on teams that weren't endemic to Call of Duty was insane. I mean, even OpTic, right? Like when you say, it's like, hey, you have your expenses as they are today, where you have to pay your facility, you have to pay the players, but then on top of that, at the end of the year, you're going to have to pay your franchise fee to continue to participate in CDL as it stands. For us, no biggie. We have a big brand. We can do it. We have a proven model, etc. But for people like Paris, for people like London, for people like Rocker, for people like for many of these teams that weren't necessarily endemic, the way the FaZe, 100 Thieves, and maybe 100 Thieves as a brand wasn't endemic, but Nadeshot sure as fuck was endemic. So that's an easy thing to work off of. But everybody else. It's asinine. I think that some of the things that they were pitching for Overwatch, at least, is that, look, in Texas there are this many Overwatch players. We can see the data in the back end, right? And I think that this is definitely public knowledge by now. They would give you a list and say there's 700,000 people that play Overwatch. This is how many players in Texas are in the top 100
no shit.
people. So what you can do in theory is go after them and then sell that team to the 700,000 other people that play in Texas. This is how you build your Texas team. For me, I was like, I don't know if that's the best approach.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound horrible, but
clearly, I mean, a lot of people bought that spot.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't think you could like solely rely on that.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't involved in a lot of the Overwatch conversation. I don't think. Okay, so I think this is an accurate statement. Maybe 5 times I was a part of an Overwatch meeting. Maybe 5 times. I would say less than that. So I personally, from I don't have any insight as to what it was or what it is. But looking as an expert in the space who has been here since 2005, I can tell you that there are better ways to do this thing that wouldn't cost as much and everybody would benefit so much more, which was my contention from the beginning, which was what I was trying to explain from the beginning.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anyone that probably would disagree. Like, there's no way.
If I will say this, if Hastro wouldn't have been in there backing me and him on the thoughts that we were having, him as his own business and I as Huntsman, were if there was only one of us, they would have gone down the other route. They would have gone down the other route, which is I have all the documents. So I'll look into it. But there was a situation in which they were only going to have like home events, and only 4 people showed up to the 4 teams showed up to that home event, and then it's like I think they played the entire weekend or something. I'm like that's not. Please don't do it that way. Have all the teams go. That's what Call of Duty is used to. This is the way that like we're changing a lot here. Let's not change so much of it.
That would have been drastic. Like holy.
Yeah. So luckily they were able to hear reason, but like people from the traditional sports, they see their audience continue to get older. And the youth not necessarily coming in throves the way that they used to, right? And they used to come. I mean, it was a cyclical thing. A dad would take their kid to the baseball game. The kid will become a massive baseball fan for a long time, et cetera, et cetera. But now,
I mean, a lot's changed in 20 years.
Yeah, technology hasn't been applied to it yet.
No, yeah.
But I remember having this conversation before I picked my partner, before I decided to go with Andy Miller and create the Huntsman. I remember having a conversation with a dude that used to work at Activision. I don't think he's there anymore, but I used to tell him, I'm like, hey, listen, you can't start the league without Scump, Formal, Karma, Crimsix, and I don't whoever was on Huntsman. I'm like, you can't start the league without us being in it. It's just it's not gonna work out. And I'm not saying this from an egotistical place.
No, it literally wouldn't.
Ask Castro, ask anybody. Like it wouldn't have been successful. No. And they say, well, I don't know what to tell. Like this thing is going to happen no matter what.
Jesus.
Like whether you come along or not, this is gonna work. And I'm like, just give me a little bit of time. I haven't made my decision. Just give me a little bit of time.
I can only imagine if whatever you were talking about would have happened.
Well, I think it would have been better because 3 years of money being spent, 3 years of money sort of being used to build this thing in a manner that was going to happen. Not only that, but I've had 10 years of working with Activision, and I know what it's like to do that. So for me to hear that all of a sudden they were gonna do all of these things for it was just like not something that was that.
Yeah, that's going back to like it's got to be like a new people thing or something, right? Like I don't know.
No, even I don't know. I think the second that Riot made the announcement that we're gonna have this franchise model, or things started to happen in the back end where they're like
everyone's like, we gotta follow.
Well, I don't know about following, but we can't miss out.
Yeah,
we can't miss out on that thing. Like obviously that's gonna work. And Riot obviously had League of Legends, which was a very, I mean, think about it. But look
it's
at where
they're up there.
Yeah, but look at where League of Legends is now, right? Like North America's numbers continue to go down. Not. To
be fair, North America has been shit for a long time, and I don't I don't know why they're like. Maybe people are just like tired of it. Like I don't know. When I watched League, I only watched Korea, LCS. Geez, it's been a while. LPL, like no North America.
Mm-hmm.
I only watch like the Asian regions.
Yeah, but I'll throw CS:GO back at you. Like that that game hasn't changed a lot, and it's still fucking there, thriving and doing its thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because like I feel like you don't see much of CS:GO now, but then like a major comes around, it's like everyone's fucking watching.
I don't watch it in the season.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how they pulled that off, but like I mean, I go back and watch it every time.
I don't know what it is either, and I don't know. I don't think it's fatigue from the viewer or player. I think that there's something more to be said about let this community build itself the way it has been for a very long time. Mm-hmm. Don't come in and invest money and try to change it. Like come in, invest money, and let it continue to give the resources, but don't get in the way of its growth. Don't apply old school sports mentality to it, because old school sports were built without technology.
Yeah.
Or this technology.
And I mean,
pardon the interruption, everybody. I do want to let you get back to the Barlow, man. But I want to talk to you about HelloFresh. I've been talking about HelloFresh for the longest time. They've been a big supporter of the OpTic podcast and also the Eavesdrop podcast. And now the Pine Power podcast, which is murdering it right now. So thank you for that. Shout out to HelloFresh. Maddie and I appreciate the goodies that you guys sent. And also, it's clearly working. And a lot of you are using it clearly because they keep coming back for more. So with that said, if you guys don't know what it is, at the end of the day, it's as simple as this. HelloFresh is a flavorful bloom that enjoys the taste of spring with chef-crafted recipes featuring ripe, seasonal ingredients that are delivered straight to your door. When the spring sunshine is calling your name, don't call for takeout. Get HelloFresh instead. Their quick and easy meals make feeding the family a cinch. And without the high price tag, their new fast and fresh options are ready in just 15 minutes or less. This May, HelloFresh is celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So try a limited time authentic recipes created in partnership with chef Surbi Zani, which is from the New York City's Tagmo, a restaurant that is very, very famous and apparently very good. Haven't been. And enjoy a cultural taste tour right in your own kitchen. HelloFresh makes dinner time a snap with deliciously easy options that will please everyone at your table, from fit to wholesome to pescatarian to veggie. I mean, whatever your needs are, they have it for you. They have a meal plan that suits your lifestyle. Plus, you can swap out proteins and sides to your liking. Hosting a get-together? Check out HelloFresh Market for crowd-pleasing appetizers, snacks, sides, and more for your next gathering. And the best part is that you can skip that extra trip to the grocery store. HelloFresh cares about quality. That's why their seasonal ingredients are picked at peak ripeness and travel from the farm to your home in less than 7 days. So you know that it's fresh. We eat it. Maddie splits it with me, so we're definitely big fans of it. We'll continue to be big fans of it. So again, right now, if you go to HelloFresh.com/HECZ16, that is H3CZ16, and use code HECZ16, spelled the same way, for 16 free meals plus free shipping. That is, go to HelloFresh.com/HECZ16 and use code HECZ16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. The URL will be listed in the description down below for you to be able to just go there, click it, and at checkout, use code H3CZ16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Back to the greatest of all time.
They, like, obviously, like, Call of Duty was not on that scale, like in terms of tournaments. I mean, we've been big, and obviously from the help of OpTic everyone in the scene, but what's it called? It'd be crazy to see, especially nowadays, if like we never changed. Like, you know how CS:GO hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing that I've seen change, like they still have plenty of tournaments.
Yep.
I don't think it's like there's not too many and there's not too little. They added the IEM fucking I don't know what it's called. Like when they win like 3 of them in a row or 3 IEM things, like they win like some big I don't remember the name of it, but like that's the only thing I've seen that they've changed and it's pretty cool.
So cool. You get a 3-peat and you're elevated
that's
into
what
something
it is.
else?
Yeah,
Is it a
yeah.
3-peat?
It's something like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
win 3 IEMs and then like you win the big something like I don't know. But it's cool. And other than that, like everything's the same. They have like this tournament, that tournament, like it'd be like MLG tournament, UMG tournament, this tournament, Gfinity. It's kind of like how COD was. And part of me like I mean there is a certain aspect to the CDL that's that's cool. I mean, it kind of sounded cool. But imagine what would have happened if like we were still on the path we were going, because I feel like it was going pretty good.
Yeah.
Like Black Ops 4 was pretty crazy, I think.
Yeah.
Like it got there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I feel like it kind of like went down and then like this year, honestly, until this year's been kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think Seth obviously helped out a lot with that because the numbers are like stupid for a game that arguably is, I don't know,
Has seen
and
better
competitively,
days.
yeah, it's seen better days,
Yeah.
straight up. But it's been, I don't know, that F1 thing, lights out and away we go. Like, you know, it's been like it's been good, and even like based on the city thing, like I mean, I feel like everyone has their thoughts about that, but the turnout with fans at actual cities hosting actual events, like it's not like Texas is hosting in fucking, I don't know, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if that was like that, that'd be like really bad.
Well, imagine, think about there was an event in Los Angeles where Huntsman didn't show up to.
Yeah.
Right? But that was the first one. Imagine what it would have been like if there was events that people were throwing and OpTic wasn't playing that weekend.
Yeah, no,
and we got to stay home.
But the only other thing I was going to say is like somehow it has been good. Like I feel like we're like kind of past the days where it was like only OpTic fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's cool seeing like people root for Vegas. Like people love a good underdog story. I feel like they overall like they enjoy being there to watch these players and teams play.
Yeah.
Which is great. And then OpTic still gets that fucking crazy OpTic love. But there is more love, and like somewhere down the road, like teams have gotten fans. And it's so weird because I feel like still so little has been done to like really elevate all that.
Well, think about the amount of work that the Rocker have been putting in with their home events, and they've been like one of the outstanding teams in my opinion. Obviously, through the stewardship of Brett Diamond, obviously our sis OpTic Midnight, and that sort of direction. Huh?
They've done really good with it. Like
but they're now looking, according to what Brett Diamond said, is that they're trying to merge with somebody. Like they themselves having the success that they're having, they're not even.
Wow.
It's not even. It's not churning quick enough for them to be able to be sustainable.
Damn.
Which is a travesty, because those are the sort of people that we need, people that get it, people that are doing good for their communities, by their communities, building a fucking fan base for their team, and they just can't, they I don't know what it is, but they can't sustain it. Or I don't know, obviously the intricacies of what goes on over there. It's impossible for me.
Yeah.
But again, it just goes back to the amount of financial pressure that was applied on something so early. Like this city-based model works, and a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but some people, not the fans, but some people, like at a business level, sometimes say that I do wrong by having these conversations so openly, or by speaking negatively about Call of Duty and how unhappy I am about that. I'm like, if I didn't speak my mind, I would be fake to everything that I stand for, and also the people that have been fucking following me for so long.
Yeah.
And I love Call of Duty. I cannot get fucking sick of saying that Call of Duty is more mine than it is theirs. I've been playing since 2005. Goddammit.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, I hope that some people like, or people don't forget that. Like, I mean, I don't have a lot of good things to say about Call of Duty sometimes, but like, I mean, we played it for like almost 15 years. Like, if you don't love it at least a little at that point, like, I mean, you're just fucking lying.
Yeah.
Like we genuinely care.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wish I could only say good things about it.
Same.
Like, I'd love to just like, yeah, just ride the wave and like, Call of Duty's amazing. It's great. Blah, blah, blah. But like, yeah, like we'd just be lying.
We
would a little
be.
like.
The thing is this is like I'm speaking negatively about it in a productive way, in my opinion. I like, why the
fuck?
Not
you're like, it's shit. It's shit. It's not.
No,
you know, it's
man.
like,
everything that I've always done has been to better it, right? Like, did we as OpTic need to go back into Call of Duty esports or start that down that path? No. Did we need to stay in it to continue to be like, no, but we fucking love this thing. It's the thing that brought us all together. It's our playground. It's our hangout. It's our club space. So when people say that, I don't even respond or defend myself, man, because it's like, you are so far off base that I like me wasting my time explaining myself is just.
No, you don't get it.
I just don't know what else to do. And when I see fucking articles like this, I just think to myself, I'm like, man, I please, I tried to help, I begged to help, and it's just I understand that it's that I have influence in the Call of Duty space. I understand that. But again, I've never exercised my power in a manner that would seem unprofessional or just in a bad way to cause harm. Even though I fucking can. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm stuck in this place where I'm like I have to speak quietly. I have to speak in a manner that people will hopefully understand. But even that isn't enough for people. And I feel like I'm living in a fucking nightmare sometimes because I'm like, it's like those nightmares where you just want to run faster and you can, or you want to throw a punch, but you can't.
Yeah.
That's how I feel in this reality.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing because I'm trying to do good.
Yeah. I mean, I think you've done pretty good.
Yeah, but that's not
it. From you, it's just like, you probably feel like, why?
Keep going.
Why can't I like?
Can I get a napkin, Matt?
Do a little more. Or like, why can't I get this through? Like, I don't know.
The thing is that also because we're OpTic, it often may seem to them is that I'm just looking out for OpTic. Well, sure, that's a very fair assessment of my character. I do care about this brand as my life.
You do have to like, I mean, no one can even judge you for like being like, I was looking out for him.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like I'm looking out for you too. I'm looking out for your money. Like this is, I don't want investors to walk away from this thing and telling other investors that Call of Duty isn't the place to be.
Yeah,
like, well, that's a disservice to us. Like for the longest time, and you could go back in the time. The good thing about what we do and how we do things is that you can go back right now and look for podcasts in which I've said and I wished that there was more optics in Call of Duty because we would be the biggest esport in the world. I've gotten mad at team owners. There's this guy, remember that dude from CLG, who was that? Hotshot or something.
Oh yeah.
Like still to this day, I'm mad at the dude for talking shit about Call of Duty, like how unprofessional it is and this and that to this day. And this is like fucking
that?
Yeah. I mean, there's someone out there, but to this day, like I've gone above and beyond for this thing. And I feel like the majority of our content just has become like this fucking shit parade on Call of Duty, and that's the last thing that I want to do. You know what? As of this fucking moment, Matt, I'm not talking about Call. Don't put anything Call of Duty related on this fucking thing ever again, Matt. If something happens, good. Only put something up there when they do something good, so that only happy things about Call of Duty.
Only happy things.
Because man, it gets tiring. Like, at what point do I say, you know what, man? I'm good.
Maybe their big change that's coming will.
It's not.
All right.
So on to happier things. Let's talk about the possibility of you coaching. I think that this is a good opportunity for us to have like a live conversation on that, because I would want them to see what the conversation for something like that would be. Yeah. As you know, I would be a massive fan of that happening. But I don't. Are you like what are your thoughts on that? Like, are you serious about it? Would you fucking do it?
Well,
I mean,
I haven't had a drink yet, have I?
No,
No,
have you?
I haven't
I
drank.
mean,
No.
why you're asking me?
I mean,
It's
it's like,
one.
oh, I'm
It's
just making
12.
sure, to clarify. But like, no, like I mean, we talked and like, well, this was actually the first time we talked before we did this about any of this, and like, I've definitely thought about it like a lot. And I mean, Brandon has been pretty open to me about it. Even when I've streamed, I've had people come in say things that other people said, and like I've seriously been considering it. And I mean, can I just say like what I was saying when we were talking before? Like there's like two things I'm thinking right now. One was they're doing great. There's like what, a month and a half left, maybe a month. Will I come in that time span and change anything? I mean, obviously, and like you said, well, there's that like, well, what if you do come in and like, and then they win or they win champs? Like then, I mean, it's just like everyone.
So
that's fucking great.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'd be happy too. Even if deep down I knew that like in a month, like what could I actually do? I don't know. I mean, I could do something or maybe literally nothing.
So the conversation that we're having is that you haven't made the full decision because you don't know whether or not you want to let the next two tournaments finish out the season, and then wait to make the decision after that because so far so good.
Yeah.
Now I've always been, and I said it on our podcast recently, on the OpTic podcast, is that why? What the fuck is the reason as to why we don't allow coaches on stage? Can you tell me that? Like, no one from the league side, no one from anywhere has ever said why we don't allow for coaches to be out there. Halo does a good job. So what does a fucking coach actually fucking do right now? Okay.
I mean, well, then this is where it's like you guys are gonna look at me and be like, "There's no way you want to coach, though." Like I do think to like a certain extent, like not being able to talk on stage or not being able to like talk it between the fucking game, like dude, we're not like the NFL or something. Like, yo, let's take a timeout, right? Come over, bro. Like, call a play. Like, I think the coaches, like, don't get me wrong. I've said a lot over the years of like, I don't think they do anything, and like to a certain extent, I don't think they do anything. I also think there's a lot of things that they do that like help outside of the game.
Of course.
I think that is like the biggest thing. So at the end of the day, I mean, this is my theory, and like I know I'm not fucking wrong about it. Is like when it comes down to the game, like, dude, if you guys are all playing, I can't change your decision in game. I can help you before that match and before all that, and be like, well, I hope that you guys all understand this. This is we're on the same page for this, how we want to do this, how we want to do that, X, Y, Z. And then when it comes to the game, like, bro, that's on you. Like, you're either gonna make the right play or you're fucking not. And like, I mean, dude, that's one thing I'm thinking. Like, is if I did coach, is like, bro, I see the shit that like even Ray got or other people got. It was like, dude, what the fuck are they doing? Like, are you serious? And it's like so many times. It's like it was like you cannot blame the coach. That shit would piss me off. I'm not gonna lie, because like, hey, if I was coach, I'd do everything to like help prepare the boys. Because I mean, I think the coach, like, especially depending on the team, bro, you need to make sure that everyone is good together. Everyone is willing to talk to each other in a certain manner to help each other get better, and then on top of that, you just got to like I said, make sure you're all on the same page. Make sure everyone feels good about what they want to do. Like, I mean, it's like when we played. I mean, for the longest time, we didn't have a fucking coach. It was like scrim. We make sure everyone's on the same page. If we get in these scenarios, we do it a fucking million times. We make sure that no matter what situation we're in, we've practiced enough where we know that we need to do this. Obviously, it's Call of Duty. There is like a luck factor or a rare chance like factor involved that like some shit might happen that you've never seen before. Like, and you could not recreate it a million times, but like it might happen. And I think the only thing the coaches can do is help prepare you, you know, mentally, and then be there as like a fifth eye when you're practicing to just be like, hey, like like it's just like another opinion.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if there's much more to say about that, but like that's how I would be. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like it.
Especially during an in-game decision making, right? Like
Yeah.
how would that look in even I know that I say that like, why don't they allow coaches in game? But can you imagine a coach, right, in a 1v1 S&D scenario? Like what do you like? What
It really just like depends like what you need. Like I'm not gonna lie, like in the search thing, I don't think a coach like I'm not gonna lie, if half of these coaches, like if I was in a 1v1 and I had one of them telling me what to do, I'd probably just like unplug their headset. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know. Who am I gonna listen to? Crowder? I couldn't even name the other coaches. There's a few that I would listen to. But in something like that, I don't think the coaches would do much though in game too. Like listen, when we had a coach, we had Pomage or someone, and he actually was able to watch. I mean, it's fucking Pomage, right? But you know what I did to Pomage? I said, Pomage, look at my screen and just tell me if I see someone that I don't fucking see.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We don't have power weapons. We don't have any of that.
Yeah.
They'll help you rotations because, I mean, a lot of times when you watch, be like, gets to 15 seconds left on the hill, and someone's like, yo, rotate. But, you know, having that other voice in your ear, like, just preparing you for that. Like, so the thought comes in quicker. That's like what might happen.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big thing, but I also don't think that. I feel like the stigma of like coaches being up on stage is like so bad from back then, and it wouldn't be that.
From people yelling
yeah,
at
it wouldn't
other
be
people.
that shit. But
Mr.
it also
Rex,
wouldn't be like
and shit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like OP, like holy shit, dude. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be crazy. I think it'd be cool. It'd be something different. I don't think it's needed. I do like it though.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know.
Do you see obviously a Call of Duty player professional as accomplished as you? Is that the route that you would want to see sort of start happening a little bit more of? Do you want to see like, you know, players post career have something to, you know, to not necessarily fall back on, but the next step in their ascension to whatever it is that they're going?
I definitely don't think it's a bad thing, you know, as long as this sticks around.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie, for a while, like I'm not gonna. I'd say maybe a year after I stopped playing. Like I always thought, like, I mean, maybe I should coach, but then, like, truthfully, I mean, I probably even said it to you before. I was like, well, yeah, Troy at OpTic. Like, I want to be with the OpTic guys, no matter what. I was like, well, Troy's there. Like, I mean, I maybe never said it to you, but like in my head, I'm like, I like Troy. Troy's a good dude. I think he's doing fine aside from what all the little shitheads are saying. But I don't think Troy could have done anything different. And it was like, well, I don't know how that would work. Like, I'm not gonna be like, yo, Hector, let me come in and coach, get Troy out. Like, I don't know how it all would have worked. But then at the same time, my head was like, I don't know if I want to commit to something because, like, hey, it's only been a year. Maybe a game comes around. Like, what if I would have played Cold War and I started off coaching? Like, say I went into that year, I was coaching, but then I played those challengers that I did and I had a lot of fun. And then I was like, well, shit, I want to play. Well, I can't play with OpTic. And then, so who knows how that would all went.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, I know we're not on that topic, but someone asked me the other day, they were like, yo, do you wish you would have played with Clay and Hydra and ASIM and Cold War? And I was like, you know what? Like, looking back at Vanguard, this game, 2019, I genuinely think I enjoyed Cold War, and I was just so fucking stubborn. Like, yo, I don't want to scrim. I want to play the challengers. I want to play, but like, I don't want to fucking do any of that. I think my head was so far up my ass, and like, I actually missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely do. If I could go back and change one thing in the last 4 years, it would have been that.
To play.
I would have played Cold War with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been sick to watch.
That's the only one. I would not have played Vanguard. I mean, hey, if I was a sub, you know, on OpTic and I needed to play Vanguard, I would have fucking played it, you know, for the boys. But hell no, you never would have convinced me to play it.
I also think, like, from my perspective, like, to put somebody like you on a bench is like, I wouldn't. Me internally, I would have never done that because I'm not putting fucking Damon on a bench. Well, like, motherfucker's a fucking starter. Why the fuck would I?
What better bench player could you get?
No, it's not even about that. It's about me thinking that I was disrespecting your position in the space.
Because I knew that, I knew, like, I'm pretty open with shit. Like, if I like a game and I think I'll actually enjoy playing it,
Yeah.
like, I'll say it.
Yeah.
If I don't like it and I don't think it's good, I will say it. I
Yeah.
will make my opinion very clear.
I guess my thought there was, why would I put him on a bench when he can be a starter anywhere else? That's my thought.
That was my thought too. I mean, I get that, but like my thought was like, why would I want to start when I fucking don't like the game, but I could be the best bench player anybody could probably get? That was my thought.
Yeah. That's actually that's a good point. I wish you would have told me that back then. But you know, in the end, I think
now that would have been a story.
Yeah,
there were a couple times y'all needed a bench player, and who fucking knows?
Yeah, do you think that we'll ever see a time in which, you know, maybe we swap out 1 or 2 players for S&D only, and they're prepared and ready to go on, like go live? Or do you think that the chemistry that the team has developed already just like almost dictates that the same 4 play Search and Destroy?
I mean, we tried it on Surge. Obviously, we were shit. We tried it 1 match, I think. We swapped out Enable for, I don't remember who. I don't remember, but it definitely happened.
Yeah. But did you guys actually let it develop, right? Because trying it once is not a good sample size.
Like, I mean, I don't know how I think it was Ian. I don't know how he felt about it, but we're like, yo, we're gonna try swapping you out. Maybe it was Teddy Rex. I think it was Teddy Rex who played. But I don't know, like, the only thing I will say is I don't even know. I don't know where you would start. Like, the only time I think it would make sense to even try it is if, like, hey, we suck at Search. Does the team understand that? Or is everyone, like, you know, gonna be grown up enough about this that, like, hey, what if we try this and genuinely give it a shot? I think there are scenarios where it definitely could work. Will anyone ever pull that trigger? Unlikely. But there is a world where it could work.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But
think so.
yeah, no, it'd be insane. But will it ever happen? I don't think so.
Do you think you as a coach would have the balls? I was looking for something classier to say, but would the courage to do something like that? To be like, hey, you're sitting out.
What, for me?
No, for
or
you,
for
sure.
anyone.
Sure. I mean, maybe not for you because it'd be too self-serving. But let's say we had formal, right, as a practice formal.
Yeah.
A practice a practice formal on the bench.
Yeah.
Would you say is like Ghosty or Brandon? You guys have to sit this one out. Matt's coming in. Unannounced.
I mean,
unprepared.
No, I
just
don't.
Out
I don't
of fucking nowhere.
I don't think I would do that. I don't think logically it'd be smart. In my opinion, I don't think I'd ever do anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's wrong. Like, I know a coach is a fucking coach, but like, dude, I feel like 90% of the decisions, anything team related, have to be the players.
Yeah.
I think. Like, if they don't like it, if they need a change, I think it's majority on them. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking that. And it also could be different depending on situations, depending on the team, depending on that. I don't know. I feel like if you're a good enough team, I feel like it's what the players need. I don't know. I could be crazy.
Yeah.
That could be a bad take, but
I don't think so. I mean, you would know more than anybody fucking here.
Yeah, like if I was playing, like, say we go back and or shit. Like, I mean, if I was just playing right now, it wouldn't matter if it was back then. And like, I felt this way about the team, but then I had someone tell me that, like, no, this isn't working. And I'm like, oh, like, what? You're telling me, like, we're pulling this guy or something? I don't know. I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel that. I wouldn't feel good about that. I definitely would probably have some animosity. Knowing me, I'd be fucking pissed. I would not have it. So I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if you don't fucking know, I don't know. But I you know, just thoughts that I have sometimes. I mean, wouldn't it be cool? I mean, I have these thoughts about like what would be cool things. Like when Illy started to get, you know, and I don't remember what exactly was happening at the time, but I knew that Illy wasn't ready to come back or something, and we were looking at options. Obviously, we had Pro Loot. I was telling Formal, I'm like, yo, there's gonna be there's like this fucking gap in your season. There's like 2 months where you don't play. Would you be interested in something like that? And he says, I'll think about it, right? But I did think about it, and I thought about it. I'm like, that would have been good, and maybe not necessarily for Pro Loot or the team, but I know that the fans would have fucking loved to have seen that.
Matt was not fucking playing this game.
No.
You threw him like $1 million. I don't even know if $1 million would fucking get him on this game.
I think $1 million would do anything for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
I would fucking
yeah.
Matt, would you play Call of Duty for $1 million?
And I've seen him play.
Would you do construction work out in the hot Texas sun for a year? Yeah, he would, like many people.
Okay,
me included,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's a lot of fucking money. I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
I go strip down the street right now, like for $1 million, and I would not want to do that. No, but that would have been crazy because, like, I mean, no, Matt, bro, he ain't playing Call of Duty unless it's a good game.
Yeah.
Like to his standard.
Yeah.
And I know it is not. So that would have been fucking insane if Matt just showed up.
Yeah.
And he was playing.
The crowd
dude.
goes fucking wild.
Oh my God. They would go crazy.
Yeah.
They would have went crazy.
That would have been fucking sick. Well, look, I don't think we've made a decision here. I think that if we do make a decision, it'll be behind closed doors, and whether it's this season or next season, obviously, like that's going to be up to you and the players, and we can explore that whenever. But I do appreciate you hanging in there. I like that. I like that you have interest in that. I would want nothing more than for people who did as much for the game the way that you did to continue to benefit from where the game has gone and some of the some of the opportunities that come with it, because I do think that a lot of people like Krim, right, the fact that he's racing something else or doing something else like for a different team that isn't ours, and although he wasn't on our team during that time, like that bothers me a little bit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
FaZe obviously a great org to be with. What's happening business side aside, like they are still a very strong brand.
It is wild though that he's just gone from Call of Duty.
Yeah,
like especially with how like the last year for him went. Like he's a fucking moron, but like, dude, he got people going that last year. Like he was a different Krim.
Yeah,
like I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
but it was. I mean, I thought it was pretty fucking funny to watch.
Yeah.
Like he was entertaining me
100%.
as I was watching.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you don't have any closing thoughts, I'll let you get back to your day. We have a couple of more things to shoot. So I do appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. And the story is still put. No decision has been made. No decision will be made. And if it is, you won't see it coming. God damn it. Yeah. I hope so. I mean, I think we've shrunk the team enough to where we can still keep this under wraps. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please do share it with someone. Leave a like for sure. All of his information, as always, will be listed in the description down below. Go follow him. Maybe he'll stream something. You still playing Tarkov and all those things?
The only person that will get me to get on Tarkov is Seth now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many people like I don't know if you understand Tarkov, but it was fucking fun with the 2 times we played.
Yeah.
Like I'm already at a point where like the wipe's been like fucking 5 months. Like I grinded like a solid 2 months.
Yeah.
But when I was playing with him, like I literally said, like, Seth, the only reason I'll get on this game now is if you want to play.
Yeah.
And like we only played for like maybe 3-4 hours when he was done like doing whatever.
Yeah.
And it was some of the most fun I've had.
Yeah.
Like straight up. It was like genuine fun. And I wish he would fucking play more shit. All he does watch things now.
Yeah, which is also good.
I mean, it's good.
He just retired.
I know, but like, dude, I'm like,
bro, the amount of people that I see in their chat saying it's like, why are you playing this? Play Call of Duty, play ranked. It's like, he literally just fucking retired.
That's the same shit I went through. Like, they're gonna do it for a while.
Yeah,
they're gonna do it for a while. But I mean, he has had his fun. I've seen him. He's played his Harry Potter. He's playing the Star Wars.
Poker. Dude, we need a poker night.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw you guys doing that the other night.
Yeah.
You guys were streaming it, right?
We were streaming it. Yeah. America's Card Room.
America's Card Room.
You do be responsible in doing that. But I was talking about more about a live. You play poker, right? Do you know how to play poker?
I did. I would not say I'm good anymore.
I mean, it's just like riding a bike.
Played some Poker Stars when I was younger.
If you know how to play the game, then you can play the game.
Yeah, I mean, I know how to play it.
Yeah, then
would I be good at it? No.
You don't know that. What if you just get fucking pocket rockets the whole time?
We would mess around at our house and fuck around and play poker, and Somehow Bob just smokes all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Shout out Bob. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that will do it. The greatest of all time, Damon Karma Barlow. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Back for the second time.
Back for the second time. We've only done it twice with him? Third one.
Huh?
Yeah, third one.
Hell no.
100%.
Maybe.
We're going to look it up right now just to prove it.
But
anyway,
sure it was two.
If you guys haven't seen the other two that we've done before this one, do go check them out. Do share this video if you guys enjoyed it. If you're listening on the audio podcast, hello to you, and please do search it. What? Yeah, we've done two. Heck yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Boom.
Booyakasha. You're going to coach or what?